Hello. This is like, okay, I never do sketchbook tours. Like, I don't think I've ever done one of these. I've thought about doing one before, but like, excuse me, I'm like typing in lo-fi while I'm doing this. But I thought about doing one of these before, but I just never got into, I was just too scared, you know, like, I used to do YouTube when I was little, but I don't anymore, and I just thought I would try this out because why not? Like, I can just try to make a video, and then if it doesn't work out, I can just delete it. Like, whatever. But, recently, I got this duct tape. And it's like Galaxy, and it's so cool. And I don't know, I just had like this really strong urge to put duct tape on my sketchbook, because it was originally like this blue, like, I don't know if I can find it anywhere, but like, it was originally this blue, like, mint, like, you know, like the mint chocolate chip, like, ice cream color, that's what it was. And the spine was like low-key kind of like tearing up, so I had to get creative and improvise. So that's what I did. So front to back, it's just Galaxy. Whenever you open it, there's a Spirit of Atlanta sticker, because, you know, I'm a marching band, so you gotta have that. There's lots of stickers from like a bunch of things that I have. Like, there's a watermelon sticker, there's like some random stickers my friends give me, Hallmark, Alka-Seltzer. That's from a science project we did in science. Jersey Mike sticker. I think that is Pizza Hut, maybe? I think so. So when you flip it, this page is, that's a note from my brother, ignore that. It's boring. Like, it's one of those pages that, like, in the front of the book where it's like stuck together, so you don't really want to use it. This is my OC. Her name is Melora, as you can see from up there. There's like a few little things about her, you know. Also, sorry, you can see like my setup right here. That's the only way I can record. Yeah, I got these like clear sticky notes. I thought I was too scared to color it on its own, so I was like, this is perfect. It does kind of, like, if you draw on the other page like I did in this one, it does kind of like transfer a little bit, like, but if you don't mind that, then you should be fine. Goodness gracious, this angle is bad. Yeah, ignore that. Angels and Blueberries, it was a poem we were reading in English. That's like a little, like, I don't know, I think she might be like an angel or something, and she's like praying, or I don't know, but she's kind of funky. Then there's the Glup cat, because, you know, I love Glup. This right here, this is my cat OC. I was out at a restaurant that day, so I was drawing like my outfit, because I never wear my hair like this. Like, I had like big long strands out from the front taken out, and I had it like up in like a claw clip, so it was pretty cute. And I was wearing my loafers. I never wear my loafers, and I had a little side profile. I honestly don't know what this is. I don't know if I hate it or love it. And I just drew like a silly kitty right there. Sorry, this is so wobbly. This is just a little doodle page. I forgot what these were called, but it's like where you just like doodle mindlessly and then you try to make something out of it. So this is kind of like a side profile, and then another side profile, and then I don't even know what this is. It's like a neck. It kind of reminds me of Yellow Diamond, but I don't know. Ooh, stop it. And this, I don't know if I could show on whatever I'm posting this on, but like, it's a pretty lady. I don't know if it was a picture or a statue that I drew, but it's a pretty lady, and then a little side profile, you know. Well, that's like a 3/4, but whatever. This is I think I was at like a pep rally and I was drawing this. And then I went over it. I got like brush nib paint markers and I went over it because why not? I covered up this page for reasons. And I found this old CD in my brother's room after he moved out, so I put it in there because why not? Trust, it gets better than this. This is just like one of my like doodle pages where I just wanted to like feel something on paper. And I was also testing out my paint markers and stuff. This was a Squishmallow. There's a kitty. I don't know what happened to its eyes. It got like rainbow eyes over time or something. And this is also me testing out the paint markers. You can see those dots were so annoying. And then here's some oil pastels. That's me. Sometimes I do this thing where like I pull up pictures on my computer and I try to like draw them to scale. And that's also me, but that's like holding symbols from band. This is one of my like traces, if you could call that. Like I trace an image and then I like I trace it like basically, and then I try to go back and like add like value and like a bunch of stuff like that. Cause I mean, I think that as long as you're trying to make it something, it's not really like quote unquote cheating. I don't think you really can cheat in art because a lot of big artists use like projectors and stuff. Ooh, might want to cover that up. There's a little Pete the Cat sticker. There's this girl, I don't know, she kind of looks like someone in band, but like I did not draw that with anyone in mind. Those are the paint markers I was talking about. I tried them out. Charcoal pencil, more paint markers, and then like I like to fill up the white space in my books, so I like just doodle with crayons. The Maria's lyrics. I love the Marias. They're so cool. Why is it not focusing? Okay. Hanako and Nene, I love them so much. I was testing out like I was messing around with like color pencils and stuff and trying to get better at them. So I drew my name. Well, my nickname. I drew my nickname and then blah blah. And sometimes I'll go through my sketchbook and try to fill up pages just by like writing down like notes on what I think about certain things. So I said, I love the lettering I did here. And blah blah, yeah. it's a little kitty I drew. Well, you can't really see him that well. But yeah. This is just a page full of words. This is I have a lot of words in my book. This you'll notice that this sort of turns into like a journal halfway through, so I might like blur some things out that are too personal, but this is a little girl that I drew. She's very pretty. I don't know how I drew her so pretty. Well, in my opinion, she's pretty. She has like really curly hair. I just love the way I drew her. There's a little kitty in like a tire swing. I don't know what possessed me to draw that, but... And this is a poem by my favorite poet of all time, Elizabeth Siddal. I love her so much. And this is... It's wobbling. This is my Actually cat I drew in the middle of algebra on my friend's work, and then I was like, hey, can I actually rip that out of your work and glue it on my sketchbook? She was like, you know what? Sure, why not? I'm already failing. This is one of my personal poems. That is, that is a drawing I did of, like, my younger self playing on the beach. This is giving, like, 5th grade sketchbook. But this is my zombie OC, Clara. Yes, you pronounce her name like Clara, not Clara, because I don't know. I feel like Clara just sounds better and it suits her well. I think I did this with like... Okay, the background is paint marker. This is like a mixture of like color pencils and where are they? These things. The Twistable Crayola. I love them so much. I don't know. It's such like a good art supply for whenever you're like not super well set and you just want to do something, so. Well, I mean, I would just ignore that. This is a poem I made. It's very, oh my goodness. Yeah. You'll see it pop up later in here. I might blur this out for privacy reasons because this is a person I know in real life and I drew them. Yeah, I can't really say much about that. But I love that drawing. I don't want to blur it out. That's my cousin's pet jumping spider. If you can even... Yeah, this is like such a weird angle. I don't know how people record these. That's me, but like drawn awfully. I just got like a new, I had been really wanting this jacket for like forever, and it has like a butterfly on it, and it's purple, and I was, cause I was in the mall, and I don't know, I saw it and I really, really wanted it, so I got back home and I was like, Mom, please get this for me, and I eventually got it. I think I got it for Christmas. Yeah. I don't know what this is. She's a little funky. I was talking about how the pen stinks right there. I was like, why does it stink? But anyways. That's my name if you can't. It's like dripping in my name. These were done with Twistables at a family gathering because I was bored and I was like trying to experiment with like drawing different face shapes and like I don't even know if these are humans. They don't look like humans. But anyways, oh, this is where the poem comes back in. This is me again. Wow, you're gonna notice the pattern. So I drew myself with, you guessed it, Twistables. Wow, so creative. I drew myself in purple and pink because that's how I describe myself in this poem, and then there's blue behind me. And then, yeah, it's like, it's about grapevines, and like, there's a whole lot to it. This is the poem. I don't know if you can see good enough to read it from there, but I don't want to read it because like, why would I? I don't want to. But, I mean, if you want to read it, if you want to pause and look at it, if you can look at it. Ooh, I had just gotten this, like, very wonderful watercolor set. Hold on, I'll try to find it. Okay, I found it. This is not sponsored, by the way. This is the Grabby watercolor set. I don't know what it's called, but I'm sure you'll find it if you just look up Grabby and watercolor and, like, portable. But it like has these things where they pull out. And there's like so many colors. Like you'll see like so many colors. And it comes with this little brush. It's just so nice to like take around with you. You don't have to bring like a cup. You don't have to like find water. If you have a water bottle and you're like outside, you can literally just like open up the pen. Like that, and then just pour your water in, and you don't have to worry about like trying to go and find like a sink or something, and then you can just like do whatever as long as you have paper. So it's very nice. I love it. Let's get that out of the way. So, oh, there's a hair. I shed my hair a lot, so it's bad. This is a rework of a watercolor I did actually. Hold on, let me show you. That's the watercolor that I did in my freshman year art class. This is like my prized possession. I love it so much. It's like my first watercolor that I did that I actually liked. So I'm pretty proud of it. Okay, back to what I was saying. Yeah, if you can... Man, I hate how this thing is set up. But if you look, you can see how I kind of like stippled a little bit. And I put some like birds and, you know, it's really cute. Oh yeah, and that's some tape that my friend gave me. And I love it so much. It's so pretty. Oh, this is one of my pages where I just, like, do a bunch of mindless... Well, it's actually, like, a planning page, because I was planning on doing, like, a little drawing for all my friends with, like, our designated, like, creatures. Because, like, I'm a blue butterfly, of course. One of my friends is a beetle, the other one is a caterpillar, which you can't really see because I kind of covered it up. And then a dinosaur. This is, you know those things where teachers will, like, try to be fun and give you, like, a paper plate, and they tell you to, like, put it on top of their head, and, like, well, put it on top of your head, not their head. They tell you to put it on top of your head and, like, try to draw something. This is what that was. We were told to draw a snowman. Now, I don't know why, but I did not think of giving my snowman, like, a scarf or a hat. I just completely forgot that they had those. But this was mine. I think it's pretty good, other than the nose being down like a... it looks like a bird, I don't know. I think it's kind of funny, though, because it's, like, sad. I don't know. And the buttons are... I don't know how I feel about the buttons. This is, I got, like, a stamp set from one of my friends. I don't know where actually, I do know where I put them, hold on. This is the stamp set. It's very cute. She got it for me because she just, like, I don't remember if she got it for me or if she just had it. She wanted to give it to me because she never uses it. But, this is it. It's very cute. I don't have ink, so I did what any sane person would do. Sane. And I used the watercolor palette and I put the water, like, on the stamp manually with a paintbrush, which was painstaking. I hated it. I need to get some ink. But you can see where I, like... Well, actually, you can't see because I actually did a pretty good job of cleaning it off. So... I know, I'm just so cool. Ooh! This is another one of those, like, little doodle pages that I did. This... Oh my gosh. I know what it is. I'm thinking very hard right now. We'll just move on. You know what these are. You know? Well, maybe not that one. That one's, like, a really funky fish. This one's, like, a duck. I don't know why it's blurry. It's, like, a duck. And then, I don't know what that is either. But you can tell it has, like, poofy hair, and it's, like, a creature. It's a ladybug, I think. Oh, I think those two are connected. I don't know, man. I don't know. But that one's obviously a bird. Like, if you don't know that one's a bird, like, what are you doing? Okay. Why are you blurry? Oh, this is making me angry. But, this is... I guess I could read this poem, because it's a poem inspired by, this cat that used to be at my house. It was, like, orange and... It was like a creamsicle cat. And it got ran over outside. And for some reason, my dad did not want to bury it because... I mean, I guess it was because it was, like... We were going through, like, a really, really cold part of the year when this happened. Which, I mean, it's literally snowing outside as I say this, but... It was, like, really, really cold then. And the ground was probably, like, too hard to bury the cat. So we had to just, like, sit it outside in a bush. And then, these dogs walked up to it, and they were trying to get it. I was like, no! So I had to go outside and, like, swat them away. Because, I mean, it's already dead, but I don't want it to get, like, mangled in the afterlife. Even though that happens a lot in nature, I just didn't want that. It was something that was within my control, and I didn't want it to happen, so. And it was also right outside my window. But moving on. A love that's frozen in time, glittering white and red, sharp to the touch, and it melts when the sun comes up. The aged flesh begins to rot the longer the sun is out, leaving the air toxic and suffocating. You breathe it in and reminisce the time it would have been sweet. The flesh goes, then the skin, nerves, muscles, tendons, bones, heart. Gone. And I wrote that January 17th. I'm glad I started like dating my sketchbook pages, even though sometimes I'll like go back and I'll like try to fill out a page. Yeah. And then ignore that. I go through like, I don't really mean it, but I just like say stuff like that to like vent on the paper. That's another one of those doodle things that I did, and it turned out to be like a really cool witch. I don't know why I love her so much. She's just so cute. I love her. And there's her little green hand. I drew a knife, a literal catfish. I don't know why I scribbled her out because she's kind of cute, but whatever. I don't know what 128 means. I don't know what this is. I think she's like hugging herself, but the sleeves are like way too high. I don't know what's going on. And you'll see how sometimes I write like names in my sketchbook because sometimes, you know how there's like those TikToks or like videos in general where it's just like you see one and it's like names that have been lost to time and stuff like that. Yeah, I try to write down the ones I like from those, just so I don't forget them. Oh, that's me. This is my friend. I don't think I need to blur this out because you can't really tell that it's her, and also her face is like barely showing. Yeah, but she has like an obsession with Sonic, and she had like a Sonic figurine in her hat with a Santa hat on, and it was really cute. But yeah, she had her phone. She kept moving, so it was really hard to like draw her right. So that's why it kind of looks a little wonky. This is one of my favorite pages. I love her so much. And yes, it's a her. I can just say that. This is also one of my favorite poems. I love this poem to death. It's like, I don't know, something about it just like really, really speaks to me. And if you want to read it, you can. I'm pretty sure you can like pause that and read it. Because I don't want to make this video too long. Yeah, but that's me. I kind of did like trace a little bit, but at the same time I didn't. I don't know. I tried to get it for the angle of the face, not really all the facial features, because my nose isn't really that short. It's like a little longer. And then, oh, these are my friends. I don't know. I can show the drawing, but not their faces. Yeah, I need to finish this page because it's very unfinished, but let's just skip past that. This is one of my very meaningful drawings. This is me. This is my cat Sona. I know. I have a cat Sona. Wow. But I just love like drawing the face. Like, she is so cute. I love her. And then I put like a little note for myself beside of it. And I have this problem with like always saying, hey, it's okay when something's wrong. And it's like it's okay, and then under it, it's like allow feel, which I meant to say like allow yourself to feel, but I ran out of room, so the tape is messed up. Yeah, that's a very meaningful page to me. I love it. This is like a little bit of a thing from a little storyboarding I'm doing. I have a lot of stories, like ideas for stories that I never like go through because I don't know, I'm very procrastinating. I'm like a very procrastinate person. Is that a word? I don't know. But this is like a fish and money, and you can see that they're very equal. So I don't know what that means, but I just felt like drawing it for some reason, I guess. Girl of Scales. I had this thought. It was either about this girl and she's like locked up, like she's told that she's like the most fragile thing in the land, and they make her wear like this armor that's like kind of scaly, and they never let her go outside. It's kind of like Rapunzel. But then I also had this theory that she was literally a mermaid or like a siren or like a mer person or something. And then she got like captured or something. That's why this is kind of like, you know, she's like hung, not really hung. Her arm is cut off. Yeah. And then this is not related. Oh, the little fishies. But this is not related. She's just like a cute little like goat. I don't know, she kind of looks like a Selkie because she has like the seal ears, but I don't know. She's goat eyes, so do with that what you will. Yeah. And these are little fish that I cut out. I don't know if you can see. Little fish I cut out from like some paper that I was using to like blotch my watercolor on. I just cut fishies out and I gave them little dead eyes. Yeah. Whew. This is my friend, but I don't think she cares about being online, so. I went on Pinterest. These are not original ideas, by the way. These are not original. I went on Pinterest. Well, this one is original, but I went on Pinterest and I had like my second year of art class was coming up, so I was planning on like what I wanted to make in ceramics class, which I've already made something in ceramics class if I want to like put a picture on screen, if I get to that point of editing. And I was taking French for the first time, which is crazy because I've been in high school for 2 years, well, a year and a half, so like, why am I only just now taking foreign language? But it's okay. There's more. This has a funny story behind it. I don't know. Oh my gosh, it's so blurry. It says Will Byers die, and there's like Will, and there's like a gate, and it's opening up under him. Cause I feel like we were talking about how Will always finds himself in trouble because like at the end of the season, at the end of the like whole like series, people were talking about how it looked like Jeffrey Dahmer in the ending like episode at the bar with him. So we were like, dang, even after all the supernatural stuff, he's still not safe. And we were talking about how like imagine just like God hates Will Byers. And I was like, how would you even draw God? Because I was like thinking about drawing like the whole thing because it was funny. So I just drew like a big thing of light, and I was like, Will Byers die. And then a gate opens up and he's just like, he's gone. Even though they already closed the gate. It's just. And this is like a little sketch I was doing for one of my friend's stories. They were talking about him like walking down like a road with like street lamps and like snow melting. So I was playing around with that. Like big snow pile. It just like keeps melting. This is another like lunch doodle. There's a lot to unpack there. Yeah. Oh, and that little penguin, its hat was supposed to say ahoy. You can kinda see it. But it was supposed to be like the Scoops Ahoy penguin. Ooh. I woke up from a nap, climbed down my ladder from my bunk bed, opened my sketchbook, and had to draw this at like 3 in the morning. I do not know what possessed me. Something did, obviously. But like, she's so cute. She kind of reminds me of this one artist. I don't remember their name, but they draw like cats in this style kind of, and it's so cute. I love their style. But she kind of reminds me of Double Trouble from She-Ra. Actually, I don't even know if this is a girl. Maybe it's just a guy with long eyelashes, I don't know. I don't know. But there's more of the stamps I was trying out. This is like a glittery green from that watercolor palette. I don't know if you can see the glitter. Yeah. There's seal-inspired eyes, elf ears, lizard body, and mitten hands. You can kind of see there where I have like the hands are literally just like, because I hate drawing hands. I used to be really good at it, but then I just like fell off. I don't know what happened. This is the tag that came with the stamps. You see it like said like the money. They were $5. Oh, I remember now. She got them for me. This is also me. I was holding a bag of gummies that someone got me. That is not my life anymore, but it's okay. There's a little tree. I was messing around with like time and rings. I don't know what that last word is. I think it might just say, I think it might just be bark. I don't know why the K looks like that though. And then I was in art class and there was like a dried out like Crayola marker. So I was just like making swirls with that, having fun. I have a lot of pages in the sketchbook where I just like doodle and mess around with stuff, which I don't think is bad. It's kind of like a good balance because the next page I flip to literally, ooh, I might have to blur that out, I don't know. But, this is a fish, this is a reference from Pinterest. I might link my Pinterest in my bio so you can like look at, because I have this Pinterest board, it says drawing references. I think it says like drawing, and then if you click on it, it has like a bunch of different things. If you click on use references, that's where all of these will be in my sketchbook. And if I missed one, I might miss one occasionally, but I don't usually. These are all like referenced things. This is one wet smack, and then I don't know what this creature is, but I love him so much. Yeah, that's all for that page, really. I did these with, hold on. This is what I did these with. It's not charcoal, it's literally just like pencil lead, but in stick form. So it's easier, it's more fun to draw with, in my opinion. I love drawing with these. It's kind of like a charcoal, like a willow stick. Yeah, it's kind of like a willow stick, but it's harder. Like, it's solid. It's not gonna break or anything. But, moving on. There's these little creatures. I love them. There's a little kitty smoking a cigarette. There's the bloop. That's like a story that I'm working on. It came from like that like theory that there was like a big creature at the bottom of the ocean and stuff. But we all know that's, well, I mean, it might be true. Who am I to say? Ooh. Stiltfish. POV, you're a dirty marsupial. Okay. Bubba Fint from, well, this is not the same color as Bubba Fint, but I was watching Markiplier while drawing this, so I just put him in there. And then there's Pooh. And then there's a little cockroach holding a cherry, because I love it. And that little guy in the corner, I drew it when I was on the way to my friend's house. I can't remember, I think I was on the way for like a dinner. Yeah. Ooh, this is a poem. If you want to read it, you can. I kind of like romanticize death, sort of. Yeah. And then I'm in band, so that's some of my sheet music. I actually glued this in here recently. I've been trying to like go back and use all of my like scrap papers that I have, like, and just like put them in there to like take up room. This is a sticky note I've had in my drawer for forever. I put it in there. I don't know what's going on with this cat and why it's mocking, but you know, you do you, kitty. This is also another poem. See, I have a lot of poems in here. But yeah. And then I had this really cool idea. Like, I just wanted to draw something. So I drew like this hair with a marker. And you can kind of see like the difference in like the paper right here. I did this originally in a different like style, and then I went back because like the head was originally like down here. Yeah, but this is like the idea that I had. I wanted her to hold a guitar, but like I'm terrified of messing it up, so I have not worked on it since I started it. This is some more doodles I did at a family gathering. Well, not a family gathering, it was at my friend's house. But this was a different function than this one. This one, yeah. Different function. I was drawing memes from Pinterest because I was low-key kind of eighth wheeling. Well, no, I was ninth wheeling actually. 2, 4, 6, 7th. I don't know, whatever. But like, this little fish was like, please, can I win? And then there was a fish with like Converse on. I said, even fish have to wear feet. I meant to say shoes, but you know. And there was a funky, yawning. There was a funky shark with teeth. And I was like, you know, I kind of love him, so I drew it. And then I was in art class. We were talking about abstract. This is a magazine cutout. Because I have, like, a bunch of magazine cutouts just, like, everywhere. I need to, like, get rid of them. So, that was my, yeah. This page is just, like, crazy. If you want to look at it, you can. But, like, it's just a little wild. She's interesting. Oh, this is another poem. I love this poem. I love how I wrote it. I love polka dots. I have an obsession with polka dots right now. I don't know why, but I love it. I love this poem. I love this page. I love this poem. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I drew this little kitty in art class. I don't know why she has like a human head with like human hair and then a kitty body and like I don't know. Ask me when I drew this, not me right now. And then there's a little praying mantis. And that was inspired by something on Pinterest. If you go and look in my like sketchbook inspo or like just like inspo on my drawing board, you'll probably find it somewhere. And that was like a quote from like something I saw, but the stars we could reach were just starfish on the beach. I think that was from a song, but I don't know where that's from. And then I kind of felt like really small at the moment, so I was like, all this furniture is so huge, tippy toes, shaking limbs, nerves, because sometimes you just gotta write down words you're feeling and, you know, it turns into something later. It turns into something more later. I cut up my dentist card, so that is, which I'm not gonna show because it says my dentist, but that's what that is. Fortune cookie. This is, I had this, and you know this part, well, if I can open it, goodness gracious. Yeah, you can see, sometimes when I have like leftover like water in here, I'll take like a paper and I'll just, and that's what this is. And she kind of looks like a girl. Like if you've ever like heard of Kikuo or Kikuo, I don't know how to say it, but it's like I don't know if they're like Japanese or Chinese. Like, don't cancel me, please don't cancel me. But yeah, it's an artist and they make music. And it kind of looks like their style. This was planning for a painting that I'm working on. It's like childhood, like, I don't know, childhood something. It has like Nerf guns, and like me and my brother used to play like Nerf battles when we were little, so that's what it was kind of based off of. This is like a list of a bunch of like nostalgic items I have like in my mind all the time. Ooh, I'm yawning. And then yeah. Ooh, I got a balconette bra for the first time. That's the little tag from it, and that's also me, but a little stylized. That was a note for a painting I'm working on right now. If I might be able to like bring it into frame. Can't really see the whole thing, but yeah, I've been working on that for too long. It was supposed to be done like a long time ago, but whatever. And then little doodles. I love this doodle of me for some reason. She's just so cute. And there's a little mermaid creature. And then a sticker I found on the bottom of the bus. Not the bottom, the floor. This is a idea I had in art class. I literally could not live without writing it down, so I had to. And that's a little thing of all the colors I used if you want to look at that. I have like this really big set of Artex pencils. If you look right there. Yeah. And there's a kitty from Pinterest, which you can find, as I said, in my board. My used references board. Hopefully they're in there. Hopefully. Ooh. You know that song that's like, Lord, I'm one? That's what this is. Yeah. She's very interesting. And then I was feeling very, like, I was feeling very overwhelmed with literally everything, so I drew how I feel, because it helps. I think this might be the last page that I worked on. Nope, never mind. Well, that's like a little thing, but this sketchbook is not done, by the way. If this was done, this tour would literally be like maybe 2 hours long. Cause I am a certified yapper. I cannot shut up. But anyways, this was Jeff Buckley. I love Jeff Buckley so much. This is from a Jeff Buckley song. Man, I was really depressed at this point. I was going through it. I'm not saying this like it was literally like 2 days ago. But I'm yawning again. That's me in a coffin. And that's me. That kind of looks a little more like me. Oh, there's me again. And there's like a hydraulic press with a heart, because that's how I feel during Valentine's Day. A little doodle of a mercat. It looks like more like a narwhal. Not narwhal, a walrus cat. I love these colors I use. They're so pretty. And then there's this song recommendation my friend gave me like a long time ago that I need to check out. I really need to check that out. I have not checked that out yet. I need to. This is another poem. I guess I can read it to you since this is like almost the end of it. Of the tour. Well, halfway tour. Because I was watching like an you know, like those aesthetic Instagram videos with like Adrian Linker music behind it. That's what inspired me for this. A soul like an old worn watercolor palette. Sunbeams trickling through kitchen windows and skipping along a humming stream. Mixed rocks kicked up by feet bare, by erratic movements and escape. Playful giggles echo. Hands clasped, interlocked chips of color upon beds, which is like chip nail polish. Void/base, peeking through, inking into the world again, which is like your bare nail under your nail polish is like peeking through. Pigment flowing upon the crevices of your skin. I think that might be talking about how sometimes when you put watercolor on your hand, you can like see all the like cracks in your like skin and stuff. And it like, it's kind of like when you pour water on the ground, it like pours a certain way. That's how it is. Melt together into mud, which is, I kind of drew over it a little bit, but it's okay. 2 into 1, 1 into none. I don't really know what this means. I kind of just felt like writing something fancy. And I wrote that on the 19th, and today is the, what? The 22nd. Okay. Today's the 22nd. And that's me. It's an unfinished drawing of me, actually. So it might not look exactly like me, but I think the eye is pretty similar. And we're almost done. I actually did this like a few minutes ago. You know like that Minsky cover of How Deep Is Your Love? This is what that was inspired by. Do not judge my anatomy. I've been trying to get better at it. I was trying not to use a reference for this one. So it says, how deep is your love? So like the ocean. And then, yeah. Also, don't judge my singing. who just don't judge me in general. I don't want any constructive criticism from this. I wanted to do something because I've been thinking about doing a sketchbook tour for like forever, and I finally am doing it right now. And I don't even know if this is gonna like be good or anything, but hopefully I can figure out a way to not have to have this like stack of objects. But hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I hope maybe during this you drew along, or you just used me as like a podcast in the background to listen to. Or maybe you got inspired. I don't know. I don't know if I'm capable of inspiring people. But I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully I do more stuff like this in the future. And I'll see you next time if that's in the cards. Bye.